Hi YouTube, today I am going to show you different techniques that are used in FX991 ES calculator to perform calculation. The first technique I want to share with you is this constant method. This is the constant value that you have to add onto your calculations part. Suppose you can see here, this is the cover. Different 40 constants are given. Suppose I want to use this 33 mu0 constant. Then how to use this? You can see shift 7 constant 0 1 40. You have to pick one of the values. So first shift 7, then 33 mu0, then is equal to, you got this 1.2566 into 10 raised to minus 6. In this way you can use constant button on your calculator. Next techniques for conversion operation of shift conversion. You can see here 40 conversion operations are available on your calculator cover. So you can use any of that. I am using here inch into centimeter. Okay. For that I am pressing here 0 1. Suppose I want to convert 12 inch into centimeter. Then I got this result, converting 30.48 centimeter. In this way you can use conversion operation on your calculator. Next technique is for percent calculation. I have one example, 150 into 20%. So how to deal with it? 20 shift percent 30. In this way you can use percent calculation on your calculator. Next technique for the sexagesimal calculation. You can see here this 0, something like that. So how to use this? Suppose I am using this to 30 minute 15 second plus 0 29 and this is 45. This is 0 minute 0 second. In this way you can use this sexagesimal operations on your calculator. Next techniques is used for multi statements in calculation. So many expressions are there with x and y terms or any other expression in number also. Just you have to put that expression and get result in different solve equation. You can see, just use this alpha x plus alpha, this is the first expression, then use this alpha, just use this, then 3 alpha x plus alpha y, just use 3 plus 2 alpha and use 2 alpha x raised to square plus 2 alpha x plus 1. Now use this solve button. X is equal to 5, y is equal to 2. Then I am pressing first expression. I got this result 7. Next expression 3x plus y 17. 3 plus 2 is 5 and next expression is 61. In this way you can use this multi-statement calculations on your calculator. Next technique is used about your memory. So you can see here the cursor keys are there. By using this cursor key you can get the previous result, previous history of your calculation. I am pressing this upward. Okay, I am getting this result. If I am pressing this downward, then I am moving. Okay, if I press here, then I am moving like that. In this way you can use this keys. Next is answer memory using calculator. So how to deal it? I have one example, 3 into 12 is equal to 36. Then I have multiplied by 3. Okay, you can see here 12 into 3 is 36 and this 36 into 3 is 108. So answer is used for the multiplication purpose, which is 36 into 3 is equal to 108. In this way use of answer is done. So I have an example regarding complex mode. I have one example is suppose I have multiplied by this term, then I got this result in this way. If I am using this function, not possible because it is in complex mode. So how to deal with it? Then I have changed this mode, then put answer here and this use ENG. So in this way answer value not change and we can reuse again by using answer. Next technique is for the independent memory. So how to deal with it? Just see, one example is there, 2 plus 3 m plus 5, then 4 plus 7 shift m minus 11, then 3 plus 3 m plus. Then I want to find this total, then press RCL, check memory which is zero. Suppose I want to store the result in memory, I press pi m plus and I want to check what is the result is stored in m. Store, you get this value. If I want to clear this value, just go shift 0 store to shift store to, and then you can check m is 0. In this way you can clear the memory. Then another method is there for clearing memory. Clear the memory, shift clear to memory is equal to, in this way you can clear the memory. Next technique for the recall the content. For that we have to add values into the variable. So how to add values into the variables? So you can see here a, b, c, d, e, f, x, y are the variable. So how to store the result into that variable? Suppose 45 is the value. I want to store the value, shift store a, then a is stored at 45, 45 is stored at a, then suppose 65 is equal to shift store b, then you can see b is of 65 is stored at b. In this way you can store values into any variable. Suppose I want to get this value again, then recall a is 45, then recall b 65, recall c where c is 0, recall d is 0, recall e is 0, recall f is 0, recall x is 0, recall y is 0. In this way you can use the recall the content on your calculator. Next technique is use calculation button. You can see I have an expression alpha y, alpha is equal to 2 alpha x. Suppose I have this, I have pressed calc and I press 2 and I got this result 4. So 2 into 2 is equal to 4, then I got this 4 result. Then next technique is used as a solve, for solve. So how to use this solve? I am using one expression alpha y, alpha is equal to alpha a alpha x square plus alpha b shift comma alpha x. Just watch carefully. For x, when y is equal to 0, a is equal to 1 and b is equal to minus 2, then how to solve this example? Then I have to put a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 2. Okay, and I'm pressing shift solve, y is equal to 0, a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 2, and solve for x means the nearest possible value for x. I am pressing here 5, and you got x is equal to 1.41421. In this way you can use this solve for solving an expression. For next technique is used for the function calculation. You can see here pi is there. So how to get this pi? Just press shift pi is equal to, you get the pi value 3.14. Suppose if I want to find the value of alpha e, is equal to 2.71. In this way you can use these values, constant values, into your calculation. Next technique is for the trigonometric functions and their inverse relationships. Suppose, be careful regarding calculation of degrees and radian. Here I have used D, means degree mode. If I want to change it into the radian, then I have to use this option. Again I am selecting degree. Okay. How to calculate sine of 30 is nothing but 0.5. If I want to calculate the inverse of sine, 0.5, I got this 30. Okay. How to calculate hyperbolic inverse or hyperbolic function? See here you can see HYP is there, means hyperbolic result. So suppose I want to calculate sine h of 1.175, and if I want to calculate cos h inverse 5 of 1, which is nothing but 0. In this way you can use the trigonometric relation onto your calculator. Next technique is used to convert the input to calculator default angle unit. Here calculator default angle unit is in degree. Suppose I have used pi by 2, you can see here shift radian and then is equal to, I got this 90 degree. In this way you can use this radian function. Suppose I have to use this radian function and I want this angle in degree. 45 degree is the conversion result of 50 gradient. Now next technique is for the power functions and the power roots. Suppose I want to calculate the 2 of square and root of 4. Here I am using expression type values alpha x square, and I am using here root of alpha x. Solve where x is 2, x square is 4, and root of x is root 2. Suppose I have used this x raised to power alpha x and alpha y. Solve. If x is 2 and y is 5, it should be 32. In this way you can use this power function and power root. Next technique is for the integration calculation. Be careful while calculating this integration. Suppose I want to calculate this result where dx is there, so I have to use this dx, which is varying from 1 to 2. Then I got this result 3 by 2, 1.5. The next technique is used for differential calculation. How to calculate differential calculation on your calculator? First select this and then put your expression 3 alpha x square minus 5 alpha x and solve for value 2. You should get 7 result. In this way you can use differential calculation on your calculator. Next technique is for the summation purpose. Press here shift summation alpha x square where values is vary from 0 to 5. You got this 55 result. The next technique is for the rectangular polar coordinate conversion. So how to deal with it? Suppose I want to convert root 2 rectangular coordinate into polar form. So for that I have to use polar root 2 means root 2 comma root 2, and I got this r is equal to 2 and theta is equal to 45. Then if I want to this radius and angular conversion into polar form, for the rectangular conversion I am using this r is equal to 2 and angle is 45. So rectangular conversion, in that rectangular conversion I got this x is equal to 1.41 and y is equal to, normally it can't be seen by conversion, SD conversion. You have to move by cursor. In this way you can calculate rectangular polar coordinate conversion operations. Next function is used for the factorial purpose. How to calculate factorial? Suppose 5 plus 3 is given and I have to find this factorial. You can see here, I have press here, 5 plus 3 is nothing but 4320. Next technique is for the absolute value calculation. Suppose I have to calculate absolute. Just I have pressed absolute, shift absolute, then 2 minus 7. Absolute values means nothing but the positive values, so I got this 5 value. Next is the, it's not technique, just sake of your information. Here is a RND is there, which is nothing but a random number which give the result 3-digit number, pseudo number which is less than 1. Just see here, 25 into shift random, shift random 1 by 8, again 6.5, 12, 105, 41. If I directly use this, then I got this different result. 3 decimal values which is less than 1. Next technique is used for the permutation. How to use calculator for permutation purpose. Suppose one example is there where n values are 5 and the arrangement value is 2, then 5 by 2 is 20. Then next technique is used for the combination purpose. n is 5 and C and R is 2, 10. Okay. Next technique is for the rounding function. For that you have to convert shift mode into 6. I have to fix into 3. 200 divided by 7. Then multiply this by 14. You got this 400.000. Okay. Now 200 divided by 7 is nothing but 28.571. Then I am using this round, this answer. Then I got this 28.571. Again I have multiplied 14. Then I got this answer 399.994. This is the effect of rounding function. In this way you can use this rounding function in your calculation. Next is SD, standard to decimal. Suppose 48.5. This is in fraction part. Now I have to convert into decimal form. Just use this standard to decimal format. You can change this into format that you want. In the next part we are dealing with complex number calculation. So how to use this complex number in your calculator? First select mode, then go to complex mode, then type here 2 plus 2i. Okay, if I want to in the angular form, to angle 30, okay, you get a root 3 plus I. The next part is the specifying calculation result display format. If I get this result and I want to convert it into angular form, then shift 2 for complex, then angular format. For the angular format 3 is there, I have press here, then answer is converted into angular form. You can see 2 angle 30. Suppose this result I want to convert it into complex normal form. Again 4. Again I got this result. Suppose if I want to convert, if I want this conjugate of this result, then I have to use this conjugate, answer root 3 minus I. In this way you can calculate conjugate. Okay, if if the expression is there, you can see this expression is there, and I want to calculate the argument and the absolute value of this complex number. So how to calculate this absolute value of this number? Just shift absolute answer, and 2 root 2 is the absolute value, means in the root of 2 square plus 2 square, nothing but 2 root 2. And the argument of the result 2 plus 2i is calculated by shift to complex, and the 145 is the argument of the complex number. In this way you can deal with complex number. The next trick is used for the base calculation operation, means you have to deal with binary, hexa, octa and the decimal number system. So for that you have to select the proper mode of the numbers binary base. So you can see here 4 is the base, and suppose if I want 10 as a decimal number and I have to convert it into hexa, then put the space hexa, you get this result as a hexa, then binary, you get this binary result. Then suppose you want this in octa, then this is the result in octal decimal octal system. Suppose binary result is there and I have to use this AND, XOR, NOT or XNOR operation is there. 1 answer and 100. Suppose you can see 111, you should get 100 is the answer. In this way you can use AND or XNOR and NOT operation on your calculator. Next technique is for the equation calculation. For that, select proper mode equation 5. If two unknowns simultaneous equation is there, then you have to use 1. If 3 unknown calculation is there, then you have to use second. You have to solve this quadratic equation, then press 3, and cubic equation is there, then you have to use this. Suppose I have 2 unknowns, expression is there, because error should be there, because you have to select a proper equation for that. Suppose mode, I use this one expression 2 plus 1 plus 2. When I solve this, I got complex form. Okay. The next technique is used for the matrix operation. For matrix calculation, select proper mode. This is mode 6 matrix. Then select matrix A as a, where row and columns are 2 into 2. Put this value 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. Then if I want to copy this to matrix B, shift store to B, then automatically it copied. Then I have to store values into this matrix C, where rows are 2 and columns are 3. So how to store this? Go to shift matrix, select 1 dim matrix C, and the columns are 2 into 3. So means 4 I have to select. Okay. Then I am putting this value 1, 0, 1, 0, minus 1, then 1. Okay. Then perform the operation, multiplication operation. Suppose I want to calculate the result AC, then shift matrix A into shift matrix C. This is the result of matrix A into matrix C. Similarly, you can calculate the result of matrix B into matrix A, which is nothing but same. Next is the complicated example I am taking. The example is there. In that example, all calculations are included. Means we have to calculate determinant of A, inverse of A, square of A, then A matrix, then transpose of A matrix, and calculating all the results into one form. Just select sheet matrix, determinant. For the determinant result, determinant is used. Then use that matrix, sheet matrix, determinant of matrix A into bracket sheet matrix, matrix A. We have to use this inverse result into then sheet matrix square into sheet matrix A into sheet matrix transpose sheet matrix A. You can see the result is 42, 39, 39, 42, which is the required result. Be careful, A inverse is possible only if determinant should not be 0. Okay, in this way you can calculate the result for the matrix. If I want to generate a table, then you have to select table mode in the calculator. Suppose one function is there, f of x is equal to alpha x square plus 0.5. Then solve equal to start, where starting value is 1, end at 5, and step is 1. Then you got this result for the 5 value. Suppose you want to calculate the vector result, then select vector mode 8. For vector A, I have to store 3 values. Value is -1, 0, 1. Then for the B, 1, 2, 0. Suppose I want to add this result, then vector A should be chosen plus shift vector B. I got this result. If I want to multiply this, cross multiplication, I got this result. Then use this key. You can see here. Suppose I want to use dot product, -1 is dot. In this way you can use vector calculation. You can calculate vector calculation on your calculator. And last one is the statistical mode. For the statistical mode, many options are there. If you have to use this variance, then the unbiased form, many forms are there, and that you have to use that proper selection and solve your problem. In this way you can use this calculator for your calculation. If you like my videos, then for more update please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.